Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review the new horror mystery, Nightcaller. And this is from writer-director Chad Ferrin, and focuses on a telephone psychic is pulled into a complex web of mystery when she receives a call from a serial killer. And this focuses on Susan Priver as Clementine Carter, and she is the one who receives this phone call. And then a very gruff sounding man on the other end of this line is basically pulling her in to what his crimes are, and they're pretty gruesome, including some scalping, which is very uncomfortable to watch in this film. But this film focuses on this dynamic back and forth between Clementine and this serial killer, and it's pretty interesting in terms of the dynamic of how this plays out between them, the mystery of who this person really is, and over the course of the film, watching their relationship escalate to the point where she winds up being a target of his violence, and specifically people that she loves, including her father, played by Robert Miano, who they have a nice dynamic in the film. You feel their connection, and leading up to a pretty brutal and shocking finale in this film. And, I don't know if this necessarily the narrative beats or something that's going to be shocking or intriguing, or even if the reveal of who this person really is that significant in itself, but the dynamic between these two characters and how it's played off of this phone hotline and stuff like that, it's a pretty interesting concept. And I think the film doesn't pull any punches when it comes to how it portrays these violent acts. And if you're into that gory, just grotesque kind of horror moments, this film certainly has them. Nightcrawler's not going to pull any punches. It's going to show you, and show it to you pretty brutally. There's some disturbing imagery in this film, and you have, from a filmmaking perspective, visually it's very grainy and gritty, and just it makes you feel dirty sitting there watching this film. And it's really portraying that kind of perspective on this story that keeps you unnerved throughout the whole film. It's very low budget, but it does it with enough of a twist to make it not feel like this was just some point and shoot looking like you're watching this on a television show or something like that. It has a grittiness to it, and it has this dirtiness to it, which you're probably gonna feel dirty after watching this, because it is quite disturbing and weird and grotesque. But in the end, I feel like this has an interesting concept. It has some solid performances. It makes the most of its low budget, and it might not be the freshest, or maybe not have the narrative with the biggest payoff or emotional impact towards the end, but it does give enough in terms of genre thrills for a horror film for you to have an interesting and fun time with this film. But those are my thoughts on Nightcaller. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.